1, play. So we're back for part 9 of the Shining Force playthrough. I didn't do too much grinding off screen. I think I got a couple people up, a couple levels. This is another very difficult fight. Your main hero starts out on an island up there, and obviously, as you remember, he cannot get killed or we lose the fight. And all of these enemies are tough zombies and skeletons.
Yeah, they're the zombies, high defense, pretty good damage, can poison you. Skeletons, really high defense. Oh wow,
I got a lucky double attack there.
Yeah, they're all right in the beginning. The first few chapters, especially that heat axe, they're pretty good. But after chapter 4 or 5, they just fall away real quick. But to continue what we were saying last part, the Runefast hierarchy, or whatever you want to say. There's the king, and then there's a general of their army we'll meet later.
There's a couple
Dark Soul.
Dark Soul, you're right. Dark Soul is not a general. He's like the prototypical evil advisor guy, basically.
Yeah, I don't even know where he's from. I don't think even the GBA version goes into whether he's just a evil Runefast guy or something.
Oh, the GBA version goes into it, but we shouldn't go into it.
Oh wait,
yet.
You're right. I'm sorry, I just remembered. Yeah, no, I know what he is. No, but yeah, so he's the dark robe Sith Lord, evil guy, mysterious dude.
Yep.
And so, and then Kane's the Darth Vader. Dark Soul's the Emperor. There you go. That's how it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we finally met him, in the GBA version. End of the first chapter, we get to see him in the epilogue with all the other bad guys. But now we got introduced to him.
So he also pulled a stupid bad guy move. He's just like, oh, my undead army will dispose of you. Even though I have a spell that inflicts like 50 damage on everyone, that could wipe your whole party right here.
Yeah, it's not really spoiling anything when we say you fight him, you fight the big baddie in the end.
Yeah.
The amount of damage he does to every single member of your party, if you just cast that spell once, you're done. This whole thing's over. But no, he has to do the whole evil bad guy taunt and run away, and leave him
Luke
to his
get one or killed by that one double attack from one zombie. I'm so sick of Luke's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like Luke's not amazing, but in this playthrough so far, he's just been incredibly horrible.
He's been awful. He's been getting level ups with no stat gains. He's been getting killed. I'm gonna replace him right away with the party member you get at the end of this chapter.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I actually. When I played GBA version, I like Luke more than Gort. I mean, Gort's the defensive guy, and Luke's the attacker, but he's also got a little bit of extra defense. More.
You don't even need defense in the remake, so I see why you would go for the attack.
Yeah, but even he's all right. He can still be pretty terrible, but not to the extremes of this playthrough. Jesus Christ!
It just didn't work out. I'm sorry, Luke. It's not me. It's you.
It's you.
It's definitely you.
Goddamn, Henry with the magic. I never used mages except for I never used mages except for Domingo, but it's pretty good, I gotta say. But you did say that they buffed it in this version. Magic,
they nerfed it in the remake, is what I.
Okay, that makes more sense because in the remakes. You get to the point where it's doing, 10 damage to all 5 characters, but you're fighting enemies with 40, 50 health, so it's like, oh, that's great, thanks. Good on you.
Yeah, I like the magic in this version. I'm gonna use at least 2 mages for the whole playthrough, I think.
Are you going to replace both of these mages later?
I'm gonna replace Henri with Domingo, because they're both the freeze spell users, and then I'll eventually replace Tao with the bolt spell user we get way later on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there a D-Soul in this version?
Yes, but I don't remember who gets it. I know Domingo gets. He changed Domingo's spells. I don't know if Domingo still gets D-Soul.
Oh yeah, that's the whole reason I use Domingo. Yeah, they nerfed magic, but they did not nerf D-Soul.
Oh, they buffed D-Soul.
Yeah, its accuracy. I think I remember faintly in this version, it never would hit, but in the GBA version, it was probably like 75% chance of it hitting, maybe 80% chance of it hitting. So it was just insta kill after insta kill for minimal MP cost.
Yeah,
Just
so for our one audience member, D-Soul is an instant kill spell that theoretically has a high chance of failing, but the remake it just works all the time, like every single time basically.
Yeah, rare, unlike a few enemies have really high evasion, it'll miss, but no, it was. And then there's actually a level 2 diesel, which does a little 5 the plus, so you can insta kill 5 enemies, and in the final few battles where there's those huge groups of enemies, I would just float Domingo up there, cast D-Soul on 5, probably get 4 out of the 5 killed instantly. It's ridiculous. Oh, he has magic already. Wow.
Oh okay. Yeah. He learned magic. I leveled him up past the point where he would get magic, and I showed it off there. It was useful for.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like I guess the whole tactics of Shining Force. Gotta go into that.
Whatever tactics they do have.
The skeleton with its high defense couldn't withstand your fucking fire. That's pretty good. Or was it a zombie? I'm not paying any attention to what's happening. It's so boring. So boring. Oh, and I always, when I play this fight, I'd always get Supernova 1 at this battle and just use it on the ghoul for an end kill. Because you gotta use your hero for the ghoul card. And something I haven't mentioned yet is the music. The music in the GBA version, it's the battle theme. There's a battle theme for regular and a battle theme when you're promoted, and I love both of the battle themes.
Yeah.
And what's really great is there's a few circumstances, like mostly it's the same thing. You hit them once, you hear the first 5 seconds of the theme, and it's over. But when you're using something like Moloch and using a hit every single enemy spell, you actually hear more than the first 5 seconds, and it's pretty cool. And then I forget, it's like, if you don't hit A on a level up or something, it'll just keep playing as it's waiting for you to tell them, click A. And it just keeps going and going. And it's a really good, both versions I really like, really epic. I mean, I have this thing on mute, so I'm actually not even hearing it right now. I can't remember. Do they have a
No, there's no promoted version in this version.
Yeah, it's so two decent songs from this game that are pretty good, but
and if you mostly get it when you like cast an AoE spell on like a ton of enemies in this one. If you let it sit there, it'll start playing the whole theme.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the little bit of effort put in here, but good God, this battle's still going. Jesus.
This is a pretty quick one compared to some of the ones that are coming up later. Spoilers. Because all the enemies are in a very small area. It's just a matter of how much they swarm you. But
that is pretty hard. Just like you said, your character's up there by himself. These guys can, the zombies can hit you with poison. So if you don't have WoW, good luck. And if you even do have WoW, you gotta get them up there in case your character gets poisoned.
The first time I played Shining Force, this is the battle where I realized that I hadn't been stopping to grind, and my main character got like one shot by a skeleton or something. I was just like, oh god.
Nice.
I don't even remember if I beat that game on that run, but it was not a good time. But the way I did it is basically the way you want to do it. You have him run all the way to the right as far as you can, and then you move everyone else up. You gotta cover him, and it shouldn't be too hard.
55. I didn't notice that. Good. This guy got buffed. He probably had what, 25, maybe 30 health.
And he didn't have a magic spell before.
Oh, he is mad. You're right. What spell did he use?
Freeze 2.
Jesus. Yeah,
and the ghoul is another unique enemy-ish. I mean, it's obviously just a recolor of the zombie, so it's not that unique. But I don't think it ever shows up again.
I was gonna say it's kind of weird. They reuse the zombie sprite, but then they recolor it, but then they never use it again. And all it was is just a heavier hitting zombie, basically.
I really like the zombie sprite though.
Oh yeah, it's alright sprite. It's cool that they added some magic on this guy, making him an actual threat.
Yeah, his normal physical attacks have a chance to put you to sleep, but other than that, he wasn't too special in the original.
Oh, that's right. He can do that. That's what I hated, was because he can put my hero to sleep, and then all the other zombies can swarm my hero and gangbang him to poison. So then
Oh, did you
all
also
my-
notice that his health, like, his boss's health just regenerates in between turns?
Wait, what?
Yeah, at least in this version of the game. I don't think they do it in the remake, but in this version
Yeah,
of the game,
no, that never happened. Wait, what you mean in this hard mode or
in the base game as
Base
well,
game.
although it never really mattered. But in the hard mode, it is pretty. They'll regain, I think, maybe like 10% of their health or something.
See, wow, okay. I'm pretty sure that is Dispel. Is that a new thing he added, or?
No, it existed. It's always existed. It exists in the remake too. A couple of characters have it. And Tao might be the only one, though.
Well,
so
that's why I never used her. So I never.
yeah, but it blocks magic.
realized.
It's very useful, and it just completely blocks it. He's gonna try and use it here. It's just not gonna work. It is one of the most useful debuffs in the entire game.
Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, but
Yeah, it has like a very
I
high
did-
chance of failure, of course, but
well,
I got lucky here.
I did not know that their health could regen in the old game. I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen in the GBA version.
No.
I feel like I would notice with the amount of times I've played it, but yeah, wow, that's cool. It's a little hard thing to add in there.
Yeah, now they can't cast magic. I'm just taking my sweet ass time. I want to get Arthur or the main character or Gort the kill, because those are the ones I'm going to keep, at least for like a few chapters. So
Oh yeah, fuck you, Luke. Get out
Fuck
of here.
you, Luke.
I hate you. Jesus.
there's 3 characters in the next chapter that I'm going to replace existing party members with, so it's going to start happening.
Oh wow, what's the next chapter? Is that the?
Chapter 3 with the it's
Is
called
that the place?
it's the
place where
mountain
you
town.
promote everyone? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the chapter where you promote everyone. It's a great grind spot to do
Yeah, there's
it
a
on.
great grind spot coming up. I'm, for the sake of this playthrough not being ridiculously easy for like chapters 3, 4, and 5, I'm actually not going to use it to promote everyone, which is new. But whenever I'm playing, I always use it.
Yeah, we'll mention it when we get there. But okay, 3 characters. I know 2 of them. I know 3 of them. I think.
Yeah, you know the
Wait.
pretty good, I think.
Wait, no, one of them leaves. No, I guess I'll see when. I guess we'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
fight's still going on.
Yeah, I'm taking my time. And his evasion,
Jeez.
all these bosses have at least
Ugh.
25% evasion on physical attacks, so he just keeps dodging. It's
Is
very
that
annoying.
that had to be added, right? I don't remember him being this dodgy.
I think it was like that in the base game as well. Bosses start with like 25% evasion. I remember it being
Really?
very annoying. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and well, in the GBA version, he was a joke, and maybe that's why I use Supernova so much, because he would dodge my normal attacks. I was getting
Yeah,
pissed
I
by
don't
it.
know if they have that high dodge rate in the remake.
I don't think so. No, I don't think they do. But I want to talk about the characters we're about to get, but I want to wait to actually get them.
Well, they have portraits, so I don't think it's too much of a spoiler.
Okay. Well, so you get 2. It's kind of a weird decision. You get both of these bird knights,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like the
Another great example
The-
of this game not balancing its class distribution very well at
yeah,
all.
it's like the warriors, but worse. Well, it's simultaneously worse and better. You get both of them at the same time, unlike the warriors, where it's 2 fight. Wow, big difference. But being sword users, there's a couple other sword characters you can get. So it's not like
Yeah.
they're the only examples of their kind, but they are the only
Flying
just-
swordsman.
flying swords. There's only these 2, the dragon, the flying knight,
And Domingo.
and Domingo. So there's
So
only
you get
5
5
flying characters.
characters total, and these are 2 of them right here.
Well, there you go. There's a little bit more distribution.
And the
But
problem
that's-
with sword using characters is that your main character gets all the good swords, and at a certain point, I think he fixes this, but at a certain point, the swords in the shops just don't keep up anymore.
Hmm. In the GBA version, they fixed the swords a lot better. Um, they basically make all these a lot of good swords for clear bonuses and good swords in the shops that all the sword characters can use. That because he adds in like the busters and I'm trying to remember what it's called. It has like a bluish tint to it. It's whatever it is.
Soul
It's pretty
Buster,
good.
Merman Buster.
Soul Buster. Maybe it's
Yeah,
Soul,
there's a lot
I
of
think maybe
special
it's Soul
swords. Like if
Buster.
you wanted to use the sword characters, the Birdmen in the remake, you would have a pretty easy time doing it.
Yeah, so there's Amon, and Balbury.
Yeah.
So Balbury's the guy, and I guess he's the more physical attacking, and Amon's more tanky, defensy.
Yeah,
character.
so I'm gonna use Balbury because I don't really like Amon's slight tankiness is not exactly like Gort level defenses, so I'd rather just have the one who hits harder.
Yeah, it's I also don't really use them, especially because you can just cast flight on other characters using Moloch.
Yeah,
But in
I
this
usually
version,
don't use them ever. But
in this version, I can see them being kind of useful.
yeah, I'm
as there
goddamn
are
sick of
only the
Luke
5
already,
floaters.
and I wanna try it out. So Luke's getting the boot for Balbury there.
Yeah, and you only got the one middle axe, so you really, since Luke's using a sword, you might as well basically get a flying version. Yeah. But
so, we save them, and they're gonna guide us to the next town, which is Bustoke, and that's gonna be chapter 3.
Yeah, this is it's all right chapter. I enjoy the final battle of it a lot.
Yeah, there's 3 fights in chapter 3. The third one is really cool. There's still time
trying
left
to
in the
remember,
video, right?
I'm trying to remember what happens in chapter 2 epilogue. With the 3 new characters. Oh, okay. So the 3 new characters, Narsha.
It's not much consequential in the plot happens. Narsha and Zuika fight a sea monster. It's basically like a padding fight, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
they go fight a crack. They go to a dock. They're in Runefast, and they get a boat and ship across the western continent. We can't do that. But they fight a kraken at the dock, and then some weird little dwarf people, I think. But yeah, and then they that's all they do. And now we're at this town, and this place I make the game really easy doing it, but there's a fight which you can grind really easily and promote all your characters. Get them all up to 20 and promote them. And while I'm doing that, I'm killing all these enemies, racking up a huge shitload of money. And the item
silver
shop,
rings.
Yep, has the silver rings, which boost your defense by 2 each time, for each ring. And in the GBA version, it's no problem having the weapon and then 3 empty slots. So I just fill up my knights, like Arthur, I give him 3 silver rings, boost his defense by 6. Characters like Zuika and Domingo who don't have weapons, you can give them fucking 8 more defense if you want. Yeah.
Luke.
Diane. Are you gonna use Diane or?
I'm gonna use 2 archers. Yeah, I'm not feeling the centaurs very much.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Are you getting rid of all your knights, or you're keeping one of them? You're keeping. Oh, Ken.
Hang on.
Yep.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I thought that I got rid of Ken for Diana, but it might take me a bit.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh, I was checking their stats. I was like, Ken, his defense is still like 9. It's pretty useless. So.
Yeah. I still love that. Anything else, nerd? you want anything, nerd? Anything else, nerd?
Also got useless advice, which is be careful, use your flying companions well. It's thanks, Nova.
Oh shit, thanks. Yeah, so you replaced Luke with Balbury, and you replaced Ken with that makes sense. I forgot you got Arthur, so you don't need more than 2 knights. And really, in this game, you can only effectively use 1 knight to their max because there's only 1 final weapon. Although I guess you just said they changed that. So.
Yep, he added 2. So I'm going to most likely, unless I change my mind, I'm going to use Arthur, and I'm also going to use the Flying Knight. I prefer the Flying Knight to Gunts. That's just my personal preference, though.
Yeah, I never, again, in the GBA version, I never use Ken. May I only use if I'm trying to unlock one single card in the end game, which you have to have her kill the boss for. And yeah, I don't use any of the other knights except for Ernest and Arthur really. All the gimmicky knights I really want to use. That includes Lyle. I want to use them, but I just never. When I get to the point where I have to train them up because they're like 20 levels behind, unpromoted. Everyone else is.
On the remake,
promoted.
they nerfed the shit out of Lyle, which annoyed me. They reduced his movement down to 5, so it's like, oh well, I might as well use any of the other archers.
Oh, do they do? Yeah. Oh, you're right. I remember that now. Yeah. So it's like, oh, take away his one cool thing. Oh,
right,
great.
the one thing
and
he's
then,
really good at.
Yeah, and then Gunts. I want to like him. He's a literal tank basically, but his movement is really bad, and you don't get the ring or the movement boosting item for way
Chapter 5,
late
I
into the
think.
game. Yeah, so you have to deal with like 4 movement from him. So your other knights could be running around and he's like tanking along. And then Flying Knight, I just never used him. I mean, I know he must be good, but as I said, you get those cards. You get Balbury and Eamon's cards. You get them actually. So the Balbury and Eamon cards let you fly, right? And you get them when you rescue them. So once you get Moloch, you can make other characters fly. You can make your hero fly over mountains if you want. So I ended up just doing that instead of having a dedicated flyer besides the dragon and besides Domingo.
Yeah, I'm gonna possibly use like 4 flyers in this. I'm not sure how the party will shake out, but I like all of them.
I can imagine in this version it could be really actually useful to have people who can fly over stuff. It's weird. That one character, is weird.
Yeah, I wanted to show him off.
Yeah.
He's a completely optional side character who just follows you to every town. He's just like random explorer dude. But there's gonna be a part in the main game where if I haven't talked to him, it makes no sense. So I
was about to say, do you I've always wanted to try it. I always forget to like not talk to him until that point.
Oh,
see if it'll still work out.
It happens the same way anyway. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to that later then. But part's almost over.
I'm just going through all the dialogue and starting the next fight because I'm gonna have to pause the grind.
Yeah. So basically, we've talked over it, but it's a town. Runefast forces took all the men to work on a mine.
And they just show that they forced them to dig up a weapon called the Laser Eye.
There you go.
Which we're going to find out about later, possibly.
Jesus, that Master Mage. Good lord.
Yeah, he's gonna be tough.
Yeah, and is Diane? Is she an elf too? I always.
Mm-hmm.
So, and is she the princess or the daughter of the town's person?
I guess she's the daughter of like the town leader or something, but it's not really explained very well.
Because there's that little throne. Does that mean her mom and dad are elf? Oh, parts over.
I guess they're like the town leaders, but yeah. So we'll see you guys in the next part where we do this fight in the quarry.